Welcome to BeEazyPodcast. This your host, Beezy Will. I'm with the homie Khella. This the 13th episode. What you doing?
What's good? This is at Hella himself on all platforms. K Hella. I'm a rapper. All platforms, including Spotify, iTunes, whatever you like. Tap in with the music. We're gonna have a good convo. Let's get it.
Facts, man. Glad to have you on, bro.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you having me.
No problem. Being a Sacramento artist, man, up and coming. I just seen you do Golden Bear. I just seen you do Freestyle Friday. Everything that you've been putting out is super prestige, man.
Thank you, bro. So last project I put out was in 2020. I've been stepping out again as we head into 2023. You saw me at the
Okay.
Cypher, first
Facts.
event of the year. I've been doing the open mic at Golden Bear. There's a couple other open mics I'm about to check out. I got a show coming up in 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm just trying to elevate. I think that the content I'm sitting on is better than anything I put out. So I'm
Oh,
ready to hit this year going crazy.
okay. Can you say the name of the next project that you got coming out, or is still underway?
That I would say it if I knew, but I don't even know. I have like 7 different names that I just need to feel when I get a little closer, when there's more songs ready. I think the name will be more clear, but I have a bunch of them on the board, a bunch of different like themes and everything, but I got, like 4 or 5 songs that are really there, so I just need a couple more to fill in the spots and I think we'll know.
Okay, cool,
But it's
cool.
coming end of the year, fall 2023 for sure.
Fall 2023.
Yes, sir.
Hey man, if you got any open tracks on there, man, I'll definitely
Bro,
put some on there
from
for
what I
you.
heard from you, it would be an honor, bro. Hop on the tape. Let's get it.
Man, 2023. I don't
Yes,
know what y'all
sir.
doing, but we starting off right, man.
Pull up.
A couple tracks that you have that I heard was pretty dope. I just want to give like your feedback on those, like yesterday.
Okay. Yeah, so yesterday I actually made an original version when I was like 17. I made the beat. I sampled somebody's rendition of the Beatles yesterday.
You made the beat?
Yeah, I made that beat. That was like I was trying to get in my J Dilla bag, the pocket like not quantized drums and just like the
R.P.
swing.
Dilla.
Yeah, bro, that's K Hella J Dilla. That's where the name came from. So yeah, so that beat was like sitting on my hard drive for like 5 years, and then in 2018 I was like determined to put my first tape out. That was the first song I rewrote the whole thing, just like one of the first hooks I really wrote too. I was bad at hooks at the time, so it felt like a mission accomplished to just get that song done because that beat was always in my head like this is my J Dilla beat kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Hey, for y'all that don't know who J Dilla is, please go look him up. I cannot stress that enough. Please go look up J
For real.
Dilla.
I messed up. I almost wore my Dilla shirt today. I could have flexed it on him.
Man,
Dang.
it's crazy. I got into Dilla around 2013.
Okay.
It was just like all the beats was just completely perfect.
Take you to another world, bro. Like that for me, because I mean, I've been listening to rap since I was like 10, but instrumentals like J Dilla beats, you can put those with no words for 5 6 hours just chilling at home. You don't need any
Facts.
words. It just does all the talking for you. Like obviously one of the best to ever do it, one of my favorites. Yeah, bro, goes
Even
without
Cooking
saying.
Soul tried to do like a little remix. Cooking Soul dope too, but it's still the Dilla.
Yeah, and then there's like Flying Lotus. I don't know if this is true. I think they said he was like his protege or something, or like at least you could tell he studied him growing up. Like a lot of people try to do it like Dilla, but it's just unique. It's all
Facts.
about the gear he used too. Like he had the certain NPC that had these capabilities, and he just mastered it. Like it's crazy.
Man, I ain't even know that.
Yeah, so I don't know. I probably can't explain it as good as a YouTube video could or something, but it's like the idea where there's producers and rappers who use like the lowest level software and just get really good at it and make
Yep.
music as good as the people with Pro Tools. You know what I mean? Yeah, Nip. Hey, I remember hearing them stories about him early on. Yeah, so it's like for me when I was young, Jay Dilla is pretty much the example of just get good at what you have, pick what you like, and use it until you make the best content you can, kind of thing. It's
Facts.
like the same thing when people say like need a better camera to shoot the pod or I need a better mic. Like at the end of the day, if the content's good, it'll be a good thing, even if the equipment's not like top tier. So when I was young trying to make music, I'm like, this is inspiring for me, even though an MPC is a good ass piece of gear. But
True.
yeah,
When you started rapping, I know you started at a young age. When you started rapping, was it more it's like I got these beats first and then I'm a rap, or I need beats for my raps?
so I got a pretty unique story. So I'll say, uh, as a rapper, I've been active in Sacramento. I grew up in Elk Grove. Everyone knows about Elk Grovians, but yeah. So when I was younger, I actually lived like out in the rural area. So I would get home and just like listen to music. My sister gave me my first CD book, which was all like, she went out of her rap phase when I was going into my teen years. So she has like Eminem, D12, 50 Cent, Ja Rule, just a bunch of
The
CDs.
good shit.
Yeah, I'm just exploring like what is all this. And then I get super into like Eminem and like Nas and like just multi-syllable like rappers who are just like, what Nas read what did he say, dictionaries and thesauruses and stuff before he raps. So like I actually started rapping through text. I did what's called a website. It's letsbeef.com. If you never heard of it, it's like text battle rapping. So I just did like 8-bar battle rap verses against some random person on the internet. And then after like probably 6 months of doing that, I tried to start writing like punchline, like rap battle type bars. And then eventually I was like, I don't think I'm that good, so I'm just gonna make beats. So then I made beats like all of middle school, and then by the time I hit high school, I was like, I feel like I could probably rap on these beats. So then that's why like yesterday, I probably made that like toward the end of high school. That was one of the first songs I finished. So yeah, it's like it's kind of just happened naturally for me because I've always been such a fan of music. It felt like I wanted to be in that world.
Okay. I never made a beat to this day. I got melodies, but every time when I try, it's pretty fucking hard. But
Yeah, it's tough.
video and editing was damn hard too, but I kind of mastered that. So I'm gonna go back to the beat and figure out what I can do.
Yeah, because a lot of people who make beats find out that they can edit videos because it's like the same muscle. Like you're just timing and blending video, editing together, whatever. It's like you use the same thing to make a beat. You just pick a sample or a melody. As long as you understand timing, especially with most plugins and tools nowadays, it already puts things in a line for you. So if you got a basic understanding of rhythm, which clearly from your rap, you know what I'm saying, you got that pocket and swing. So I bet you could probably make beats now for sure.
Man, I'm gonna tap in with you as soon as I need one. Hey,
It's good.
you spoke on two artists that I definitely like, Eminem and Nas.
Yeah, Nas is like my favorite all time. I was lucky enough to see him when I was like 19.
That's dope.
He did a performance in Berkeley with Lauryn Hill, and that was ridiculous, bro. Like, yeah, just like everything I ever thought it would be to see Nas live, it was. You know what I mean? Like doing "If I Ruled the World" with Lauryn Hill on stage, that blew my mind. Crazy,
That's priceless.
for real.
That's definitely priceless. That's my top five. Definitely Nas, Eminem. I gotta put Andre 3000 in there. Um, it's weird because it's like now it's these new people and they're coming up. But
Yeah.
I definitely like Larry June. I like the whole little mob, the whole fucking TFM the music.
Yeah. TFM. It's crazy that Asher Roth is associated with that. You know that?
That is.
Yep. Yeah. Asher Roth is like with the Free Minded or what I think that's it. The Free Mind TFM. He's like with that whole clique. I just don't think he's musically active anymore. But he's like, yeah, he's one of the homies.
That's crazy, bro.
I feel like personally his music was so cool because it captured an era for a lot of people. Like I was actually just talking to a friend about Asher Roth. Like his music's like 15 years old now. He was making just feel good music about college that anybody could relate to. Yeah, like because I feel like there's always been like a stigma about like white rappers, which like I don't care. But Mac Miller is a dope artist, obviously. But then you have someone like those Facebook rappers like Watsky is one of them. There's like Mac Lethal, a bunch of people who just fit into this like nerdy category. They always say like if you're like a white rapper, you either rap super technical or super fast, no in between. So to see someone like Asher Roth like just make like party feel good music, and then we had Mac Miller later, like I just always thought that was dope. Just people doing their own thing, making their own lane.
Got Logic too. Well,
Yeah,
he's mixed,
but he kind of raps fast, you know what I mean? And like sometimes he just be rapping and not saying much. Like his bars would be like, "Everybody know I'm finna go, I'm gonna do," and I'm like,
yeah.
Because it only makes me mad because he is dope. Like I've seen like Funk Flex freestyles from him where he's just gassing, but then like on a track he's like, I just personally wish he would say more. But I still love his music. His new album was hard, but yeah.
It's another dude from New York too with Jadakiss. He dope as hell. He got a song with Mozzie.
Really? What's it? Do you know his name?
I don't.
Can't remember it. I don't know. I might know who you're talking about, but
he blew up after Jadakiss done that verses. He brung him out, the white dude. He didn't bring the white dude on the verses, but after that, the next day, it was nothing on, and everything on the internet was just about him.
Yeah, I probably saw it.
Tattoos everywhere.
I'll look him up
He
for
got
sure.
bars though. He
Yeah.
definitely.
See, then that's another thing too. Like East Coast, most East Coast rappers just have bars by default. Even when Young Ma got on their like drill shit,
Yeah.
bars crazy,
I feel like New York right now, the hottest thing coming right now is Griselda.
bro. You're speaking my language, bro.
Yeah.
I saw Benny and Conway at High Road Day in 2021, and it was just them on stage, and they were just slid passing a Henny bottle back and forth, rapping for like 45 minutes straight. It was one of the best shows, bro. They was so raw.
I gotta start going to concerts more often, man.
Yeah,
The
I
last
got I got a hefty list. I've seen like most of my favorites.
That's dope, bro. I just seen that West Coast tour.
Okay.
Ice Cube,
Oh yeah, yeah. I was looking
Cor-
at tickets for that.
Corrupt, all those. Corrupt had to be my favorite one because he got the bars out of everything,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
He was so fucking high. He couldn't even.
Mm,
It ain't no fun. He couldn't even like rap the whole thing. But
damn.
the shit was funny because he was trying. But I was like, yeah, bro, you gotta get off stage.
See, I had like the opposite experience because I saw Madlib and Freddie Gibbs, and
Mm.
Freddie Gibbs was so drunk he in between songs he couldn't talk. But like when the beat came on, he was not missing a syllable. It was crazy. It was so
Gotta get
impressive.
to the Yoda.
Yeah, he's just spitting, and then like he's like, "Man, how y'all? You guys having a good time tonight?" He's like barely getting through his words, but then the beat comes on, it's right back in character on some like Susan Boyle shit. You remember that chick on American Idol?
Yeah,
She's hella incoherent, but as soon as she starts singing, it's like, wow, this is crazy.
man, talent, bro, talent. But do you have any upcoming music that you finna release now?
So I'm sitting on a good amount. I had some release dates, but I have some things to work out with my team, so I had to push everything back. So I don't know, because I'm lucky enough to where I've actually had a manager now since 2020. So like I gotta be, everybody has to be on the same page before I can put stuff out. So yeah, I don't have a date. Originally it was gonna be the first week of Feb, but it's probably gonna be more like March. I'll probably drop something in March, I imagine.
Okay. How important is it to have a team?
Man, coming from someone up until Focus came out, I was making my beats, recording everything myself, mixing everything myself, and then the only thing I had help with was getting it mastered. A team is what helps you not burn out because doing everything feels good. You have control, especially if you trust your ear. You get to make beats you really like, you get to write all the raps, you get to record it the way you want to. You can experiment with the mix and try to find new things that make it sound better than it would have otherwise. But like, if you can find someone who they work good and you get them on your team or at least like build rapport and be able to send stuff over to get it mixed or whatever it is, graphic design, like just getting anything off your plate so you can do what you do best feels amazing. It's like we were talking before we turned the camera on about burnout. I was burning out every couple months just because I'm doing everything myself. And now I finally am at a point where I have help doing everything. So it's more like my plate's full, but I feel happy because I'm doing what I'm good at. You know what I'm saying? Other people get to do what they do. It's like we all doing what we do best. It just feels great. Tough. I'm going to say this. If you would have seen me rap on any stage before this year, I was forgetting all my words. Like, oh, damn, the camera's on. I don't want to shit on nobody. But like, there was somebody at the Cypher who couldn't finish their verse. Even though they were ill, they were spitting good shit, but they couldn't get through the whole verse. Like that was me, bro. I would fuck up my words, get so nervous, bro. That shit don't matter. That's just part of the creative process. Like that's why putting in reps, you know what I'm saying, it just gets stronger. Like I was lucky enough to have put so many reps in the last year or so that now when I step out, I'm like the strongest I've ever been. I haven't messed up yet. Knock on wood. Wherever the wood's at, I got to knock on it. But yeah,
Somewhere.
somewhere.
That's what's up, bro. A lot of times when people be rapping, they get kind of timid on stage because they see the crowd or they just looking at the reactions.
Yeah.
What make you just stay focused?
I just realized it's bigger than me in the stage at the moment. Like, because if I want to call myself a rapper or a performer or an artist, whatever, like this is just part of that life. So if I'm not good at it, I probably shouldn't be as involved in it as I am. Like, because when I used to get really in my head about performances, it was that I thought that performing was such a big deal. But now I realize that's really the fun part. You get to go out and interact. Even when the crowd is like not feeling you, you can crack jokes and like just you're having fun with yourself. It's about believing in the whole thing from like what you wear, if you like to step out in a cool fit, if you like to like just make jokes, if you believe in the music you're making, performing is just extracurricular at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like all the good people who perform regardless of the genre, they just look like they're having a good time. They're just feeling the music and like that's the most genuine thing, especially going to open mics. not everyone's going to be the best you've ever seen, but the people who are
Facts.
just feeling themselves and having a good time, that's 10 times better than the person who has like this super robotic 32 bar verse that's like no soul in it. You know what I mean? It could be the most technical verse ever, but if it's no soul, then what's the point?
Man, definitely, definitely. Been a couple times where I've been trying to just, all right, let me just remember this. I gotta make sure I remember this. And the part that I always remember, that's the one I fucked up on, and I'd be like, all right, let me do it back.
Yep.
But lately, I haven't even been writing nothing new. But I'm sitting on so much old work that I'm trying to get my payback from that shit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I feel that.
But
I'm
I
the same
still gotta
way.
do this thing. I still gotta write because you gotta keep that pen strong.
Yeah, yeah. Like for me, I had to find a balance because basically, like my whole adult life now, I've been working on music at all times, or at least when people. This is something I say all the time. Like people come up to you and ask you, like, "How are you doing? How's this going?" It's either gonna be, "How's work going? How's school? How's that?" It's been, "How's music going?" forever for me, and for me, like it's flattering because people when they see or think me, it's always music. So it's like I've been in this for so long now. At this point, I'm just like, I got to make the best of every part of it. So, like, I be, like you said, I got songs that I wrote 6 years ago that I'm rehearsing every day because I want to make sure I have it locked in. Because, like, the funny thing is, you might have thought at the time you could have recorded it better or mixed it better. When you get on stage, you get your chance to redeem yourself and rap it as good as you can every time. And,
True.
like, the crowd will feel it. Like, I did yesterday at an open mic last week and I rapped it way better than I did on wax, and like everybody's reacting, and it just feels like this is how this song should have been. You know what I mean?
That's dope. Yesterday, dope. Fade away, dope. I know, dope.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I know it's like my one of my favorite songs. I am tired of Fade Away at this point because I wasn't really being myself. I was trying to get in a certain bag on that one, but I like it for what
Mm.
it is. It's a good song though. But you could tell like it's different from the rest of the project. But like I feel like now if I was to make a more energetic, like I don't know if that's considered like trap style drums, but like I would just shit on it way harder than that. So that's why when I hear it, I'm like, damn, I could have came way harder.
These last two albums, did you make the beats for both of those albums?
Yeah, everyone except the last song on Shift Outro was by my boy Ostier. The first one on Focus was by my boy Sequent. And then Empty Promises was by my boy Ryan Cole. But every other beat was me.
Damn, that's dope, bro.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that, man. Oh, I
Shit.
bumped the mic on the fist bump. My bad, Mike. Sorry.
Yeah, that's crazy. I gotta start making beats, man. Repetition, repetition. When we was talking off camera, you told me something that stood out to me. When you started freestyling, you was bad at it. You know, we all are.
Yep.
But then you just start rapping every day, freestyling every day, 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. So at first it was just 2017, basically 2016. I was in a relationship where like my partner was always saying like you work on music too much. Like how you know if this is gonna work out for you, blah blah blah. Like not the energy that you need around. So when I finally got out of that relationship, I realized like I've been caring about music since I was in middle school, but I never really wholeheartedly tried. Like I've always been trying to put all my eggs in too many baskets, whether it's work or school, and then music, and then friendship, and then relationship, and then maybe skateboarding, whatever. So I was like, I want to try and put as many eggs into rapping as I can, but I don't think I'm good enough yet. So I started by downloading this app called Smart Recorder. If anybody needs some game, this app lets you play beats and rap at the same time on your phone. So let's
Oh,
say you plug your phone into your car aux, you can play a beat on YouTube and then open up Smart Recorder and record with the beat playing. So I would just freestyle. At first, it was 15 minutes a day. And then maybe if I have homies in the car, it turns into an hour, 2 hours, whatever. But it was never shorter than like 3 beats. It was like usually an hour. And it was the whole 2017 to like halfway through 2018 when I started getting ready to drop my project. Then I finally was like, cool, I think I'm good now. And then I didn't do it again until like 2020, and then I got back on that wave, and now I freestyle like just a couple times a week, but I record it every single time just in case, because I be sometimes you say bars and you're like, damn, I didn't know I could do that off the top.
definitely. I looked at some shit the other day in my voice memo. It was from 2018. Nothing but bars.
Bro, you were saying some shit before the pod, like you don't really freestyle, but I think anybody who can rap will surprise themselves. It's all about the vibe and your mindset, because like I went to this performance one time and it was in like a cubicle, like office space. It was a weird ass vibe. And I tried to freestyle in front of everybody and I was not feeling it. I literally told them, like, hey, cut the beat, I'm leaving. And I just left. Like I just wasn't feeling it. But like if you're in the right vibe, whether it be with your friends or at an open mic and it feels good, maybe you got a drink or two in. Like I think anybody could freestyle. It's just a muscle, you know. So the more you do it, you'll just get better at it. It's like you're just playing like word association. Like anytime now, for me, I've been rapping so much that when I think of some words, I always think of the same words. It's like I got a bank in my head or something.
Oh, if you can point out like things like plants and shit like that, I can freestyle about that
Yeah,
easily.
see, that makes it way easier. And people
But
don't understand that. They think that that's hard. Like when you go to an open mic and like I'll do some shit like point something out and I'll rap about it. People think that's hard, but that makes it easier because you don't even have to think of the thing anymore. You
and
just
you
get
just look at the
you
next
just talk
subject.
about it. Nipsey Hustle, I got muscle. Let's tussle. You know what I mean? It's just whatever. Just have fun.
Got to. And that's the whole thing about it, man. The more you have fun, the more you find that creative space that you're looking for.
Yeah.
Different people, different music. You know, some people don't like Larry June, some people don't. Some people don't like J Dilla, some people don't. Like
Yeah.
it's different. Like everybody ain't gonna like your music. You just gotta like yourself
Yep.
and be accepted.
That was what the hardest thing for me was basically understanding like so I had this complex in my head like anybody who heard it I had to get them to give me a positive reaction. They didn't necessarily have to like it, but if I could sense that they were just not fucking with it, it would just hurt me. Like I was too in my feelings about that. And you know, you're young, you're learning how to like just be an adult and not let everything get to you. But it's funny because all the people I had in my head that I thought didn't like it slowly come out and end up giving me props or showing me love. Or like you'll bump into someone and they're like, "Oh, I was just listening to this song," and you're like, "I thought you hated my shit. That's crazy. I had no idea." So yeah, it's I feel like it's all in your head, and that's why for me, tying back to like what you said earlier about performing, I just feel like if you're tripping on something or if you're getting stuck, it's usually just because you're in your head and like a week down the road, you would not have been in your head in the same situation. You know what I'm saying? Like we just care about shit at different times. We pick and choose when to care. But if you just think like this is bigger than whatever I got going on, it'll usually work out.
That's on point, like on key. A lot of people at home watching right now say that it's a 15-year-old watching. He trying to rap. He got his first studio. He don't even. He got a little focus right,
Yeah.
a little beat pad, and he's trying to record.
Mhm.
But he's having issues with coming up with hooks, melodies, you know, song patterns. What's some advice for that person?
I think make a fool of yourself because if you look at any creative process like you need something good out of it, you're just going to stress yourself out. It's going to put too much pressure. Most of my best material comes from when I feel like I've given up already and I just say something stupid and I'm like, that was actually what I needed the whole time. Or like, there, you know, you can look back at like the Beatles catalog where half of their music was just them jamming and like saying dumb shit. Like they have songs about strawberry fields and like I am the walrus, Eggman. There was a period between like 2018 and 2020 where now I put out a tape. I'm working on my music. I care, you know what I'm saying? I'm putting my heart and soul into it. I'm studying interviews, other artists, just listening to them writing. And then obviously everybody's got homies who want to rap or make beats and chill. So like I guess the point I'm trying to make is like no one's gonna be as driven as you. So they might be their own version of what you are, you know what I'm saying? They might be driven themselves, but like you can't expect homies to be on the same page because for me that's how I end up not like feeling angry at them, but I'm just like, bruh, I'm looking at this dude who could have been better than me or was better than me at making music and they just fell off because they were lazy or wanted to play Call of Duty all day or some shit. And it's like, bro, you always hit me up like this question, how do I do this, when can we do this, but you don't ever do it yourself. I think that if they don't ever do it themselves, they're just never gonna do it, you know what I'm saying? Because like
Damn.
which is shitty, but like at the end of the day, you like think of all the people you know. Go back to when you first like were in high school or graduated, who was making music. There might have been 10, 15 people. 2, 3 years later it's 5 of them, and then now you're down to 2, 3. Like there's only me and my one other homie who started when we left high school, and then we've met a bunch of people since who still do it. But case in point, in high school I knew like 10 people who were the rappers, you know what I mean? Everybody else fell off, and it's like if they're not driven to do it, they're just not going to do it eventually. So, and it's no
Damn.
ill will. Like, it's all good. Do what you want to do. They probably found something else. Maybe they build sculptures or paint or just go to work
That's,
all day.
it hit home because as soon as when you said that, I thought about hella people that was dope. They got music that's way better than me.
Yep.
They don't do that no more. They
Yeah.
literally work at like Target and shit. Like
Yeah. It's just, you know, it's like the
it's
phrase,
life.
to each their own. People are gonna do what they want. I have friends who are so good at skateboarding, they just do tricks like pros do. They can hop on the board after not skating for 6 months and they're just the nicest. I have people who like wakeboard, snowboard, rap, make beats, whatever it is. And like, you know, not everybody wants to do it with the end goal of getting somewhere. They just like it. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe they only do it once every 3 months and they're hella good at it, but that's just like it feels good to do. They don't want to make a job out of it or pursue it, but it's like they'll figure it out for themselves, bro. I learned the hard way. I tried to figure it out for all my friends, and that's what made shit difficult. Cause you're like, damn, I want to help you. I want you to do good, but if they're not gonna do it, they're not gonna do it.
Super facts, man. That's some shit that is,
Mic drop.
man. That's crazy because literally, man, like I know so many motherfuckers I tried to help and they didn't want to do it because they didn't want to do it.
Yeah, it's just, you know what I'm saying? Cause like, think of the times where you maybe felt like I'll put it on myself instead of being hypothetical. Let's think of times where I was like, okay, I feel like I'm getting better at music, and then there was probably still 30 to 40, maybe 50 more hours between that and the next song I made where I sat on my ass or smoked weed or played video games and just like catted off for no reason when I could have been grinding. So it's like you said earlier, you just kind of hit this point where you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go hard. I feel like attacking this. Like it's the same thing for me. I pretty much just hit a point where I was like, I started really. I dropped my first tape at 21. I'm 26. What am I doing? Am I like I'm an adult? I either have to put all my eggs into getting money and like leveling up my life that way, or I'm gonna pick a passion and work hard as fuck on it. And that just ended up being music.
Man, that's pretty dope. You did touch on the thing about putting your eggs in so many baskets.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that one more time? Because I feel like for me, I have so much shit on my plate.
Yeah.
And it's okay because, you know, the more shit on your plate, the more you get big because you eating.
Yep.
But it gets you sometimes because you ain't putting your full attention to those eggs.
Yeah, I used to always make a joke about people who had like, and this is no disrespect to anybody, but some people will have an Instagram bio that says like music producer, graphic designer, videographer, rapper, dancer, skateboarder, and you're like, damn, that's 15 things. And I'm sure that they are good at all of them. Like I can relate. I make beats, I rap, I mix, I skate, I know how to video edit. You know what I'm saying? I do a lot of shit, but it's like at some point you should probably pick things that either are the most fun to you or you think you're seeing the most progress in and just try and attack them. Because like you said, and no matter what, we're probably going to have to work. You probably have a job unless you're eating off those enough to not have to work. That's awesome. But you probably are going to have 20 to 40 hours a week of work. That's already off the clock, which means you got to eat. You got to get to and from work. You might have a family to take care of. So how much time do you really have? So we burn ourselves out thinking like, I can make the cover art for this. I can record this. I can mix this. And then maybe you try and record for your homie because you care about them too. And all of a sudden you're just like, I don't want to do nothing but sit down and play NBA 2K or some shit. You know what I mean? It's so easy to not want to work hard when you're trying to do so many things.
Shit.
We getting into the nitty gritty on this one.
Man,
Let's go.
he hitting home, man. It's not even like, I don't even, like, for people watching right now, man, it's like everything he's saying, this shit is pertaining to me. He's not trying to say this shit, but it's pertaining to me because I'm feeling every word, bro.
And yeah, I'm not trying to be a motivational speaker either. It's like I have always considered myself an overthinker. My like bio on every Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr used to just be I overthink everything. That was just my thing. Like I fucking could not turn my brain off. So for someone who I feel like I found what I like to do, I live my life doing exactly what I want at this point. I might hit the skate park with the homies. I go get dinner with my lady. I go stop by my parents' house, make sure my family's good. I rap, I work. Like this is just who I am at this point. So I feel like I've just been in like a self-exploration period for so long. Like I end up saying deep ass shit, but I don't mean it. It's just like, I think that's the whole point of life is trying to figure out like, if I am upset or tired or burnt out, why am I? And like, you know, you could usually find a root cause somewhere and be like, damn, as soon as I cut that out or stopped doing that, I felt better or did this more, you know, it's just learning all the time. That's all life is.
Real.
Shit, I need to be funnier or something. I'm hitting some deep ass shit.
Nah. People need to know this because like work ethic is where you get to the doors that you can't get to now. You know,
Yeah.
like all that shit that you're doing now. Once you meet that right person, that's all it's going to take.
Facts.
You know, it's 8 billion people in this world. All you need is 1 million.
Yep.
Or
Or 100K. Shit.
100K.
What's the thing about 1,000 true fans or whatever? 100. It's like if you can get 100 fans to spend $100, how much is that?
I know what you're talking
You know what I'm
about.
saying? And then it's
Yeah.
like if you get 1,000 fans to spend $100 on you a year, that's $100,000 a year. So like, what's $100? Maybe a ticket for $25, a T-shirt for 45, 40. You know what I'm saying? Throw in some gear or whatever else. Maybe they buy your album. You're making 100K off music. Cut that in half. If you're making even 50K off music, you're happy. 25K. You know what I'm saying? I got a Spotify check from like the whole last year for 1,000, and I was like, this is the most I've ever made on streaming. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
And like that's a dub. That's a dub. It felt amazing, and I know that's not shit in the grand scheme of things, but like, damn, that's enough for me to pay almost my whole rent for just music. It feels great, and granted, that was a whole year's worth of streams, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it just feels good.
Yeah, you definitely gonna run it up, and it's only the beginning from here.
Yep.
Only the beginning.
Yes, sir.
That's dope, bro. Can you touch on about the streaming on Spotify? Like, who do you use, like, for your distro?
Yeah. So I just did the typical, like, I used to put all my shit on SoundCloud back in the day. Before SoundCloud hit the SoundCloud era, I would just put beats up, and I was in this nice little, like, community. It felt like when you would hop on Twitter and see who posted. You know what I'm saying? It was like SoundCloud. You would just see who posted. And then once that burnt out, I was like, okay, I probably want to put my music on like a distribution just because everybody wants to see themselves on Spotify or Apple Music. Why not? That's cool.
Right.
So I just went the basic DistroKid route. I use DistroKid still. Gets the job done, puts everything up in a timely manner. I remember when they first came out, it would take like a month or something to get your stuff on a streaming platform. Now it's like you can really get it on in like 5 days. But if you wanted to go through like blog post submissions, you should do it a couple weeks ahead. But yeah, I just use Distro because it puts it on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, everything you can think of, and it's like a one-time payment or something small. It's nothing major.
Yeah, same here. Yeah. I got the same thing. Yeah. When you're recording beats, what software are you using?
Fruity Loops. I've been Fruity Loops since FL8, and now we on 21. FL21.
Oh, you're a pro at that shit right now, huh?
I've been using it for as long as, I think I got it in 8th grade, and I'm about to show my age now because that was probably like 15 years ago or something. I don't even know. But yeah, I've been using FL for like 15 years. So
that's dope.
Yep.
What about like when you coming up with these beats, are you finding like different packaging, or like do you got this little master pack that you just push through every loop?
For the longest, I would use Boy Wonder has like 2 super fat drum kits that are like 500 megabytes each or something. I used to use only those drums for hella long. And now I like to use like splice drum breaks because they have so many people who now they like make their living off making drum loops, and they're just like some super raw, filthy drum breaks. So that's usually what I use. And then for samples, I do sometimes do in-person crate digging. I like to get vinyls just because it's fun and it's like OG, but obviously the easiest way to do it is just YouTube, or like really I think what people need to do more is get in Discord servers. Do you use Discord?
No.
So basically, Slack for like work and shit. Discord is just like the personal version of Slack. So you can be in, for example, Kenny Beats has a Discord where it's like a fat community. I don't even know how many people, maybe even 100,000, but basically it's just a big chat room. You can talk when you want to. You can not talk. You can join a voice channel. But the gem there is they got like a sample share section, and everybody will just post either loops they made, whether it's somebody playing a guitar, a synthesizer. Maybe it's, I found this record online, somebody should sample it. And it'd be like 10 to 15 posts a day. So like sometimes you could just go in there and find inspiration. You hear a dope sample, you don't even have to dig for it. Like, so yeah, sometimes I'll use a combination of like drum breaks, samples from a Discord, or maybe YouTube. I follow quite a few YouTubers that upload samples too. So it's like, just make your job easier for yourself. So yeah, drum breaks, samples, maybe, sound effects, whatever. And then, yeah, that's kind of my workflow usually.
So what happens, just say if you create a dope ass beat and you created a dope ass sample and like it just go viral, do you know like what will happen with that process? Or
it depends on how it goes viral. Like let's say it's through a TikTok, then TikToks and all that kind of content, just you don't really gain anything from it unless you're like someone who gets paid for TikTok. But if it's like you put the song out, then as long as you have sample clearance, then that's a legit hit.
Right.
But if it's like it goes viral on like YouTube or something, I don't know. It also depends on if you have clearance. You know what I'm saying? There's quite a few different scenarios.
And it's scary. It's so scary because, you know, I see people that have like 400, 800,000 views on a nice ass sample of like Rick Ross, or
Yeah.
another good one was that Jay-Z State of Mind.
Oh yeah.
They
People,
sampled
yeah,
that, man. It
sample
was
that
so
all the
clean
time.
though. But for a person who watching right now, or for myself, I'm finna start making beats. What do I need?
Um, Bro, you can do it on your phone now. I mean, I don't know the name of the app, but I know Madlib produced most of Pinata, Freddie's album, on I think either iPad or iPhone. So like nowadays, all you really need is an app. If you want to be specific, you can just get like, because all the things you do on a computer is you download a bunch of drum kits and sample packs, and then you put them in your digital audio workstation. You could do that all on a phone now. If you have a 256 gig iPhone, go download a bunch of drum kits off Reddit and put them in your files app on an iPhone and load it into GarageBand or load it into a sampler. You can make full beats tapping around on your phone screen. So it's like, if you want to start, I would say probably find something on your smartphone, because people think they need to go buy the $99 version of Fruity Loops, and I need to get this MIDI keyboard with a drum pad, and I need this microphone, and I need this plugins. Like, you can make fire beats without any of that. If I was to give somebody a specific thing, I would say mess around with GarageBand and get a Splice subscription, because then like you can just play around with putting loops in order. Like, you could just pick I like the way this guitar sounds, I like these drums, put them on top of each other. And now if you feel like making a song, you already have the drums and the melody, you might as well mess around, because that's, especially because you said the question in the way, how do I start? I think the most important thing is to get the feeling right. So if you can get a sample and a drum and just like rap or sing your heart out, or maybe you want to send the beat to a friend, that's all you need for somebody to feel it. You know what I mean?
Man, K Hella on here giving all gems today, man. I don't know what's going on, but he's
Hey,
giving gems.
I'm giving 5-minute answers for 2-second questions. Let's go.
But the people at home will definitely take heed to this. I
Thank
hope
you.
they do.
Hopefully.
I'm taking heed to it.
Hey, that's the most important part, is the connection right here, bro.
Exactly, bro. I know
Appreciate
for a
you.
fact that we're gonna put some shit together.
Oh yeah.
2023 gonna be a hell of a year.
Yep.
K Hella here. Anyway, you know. So, bro, just like the work ethic that you put on right now is just undeniable, bro. I wish you nothing but peace, power, and respect, and everything that you're looking at. I hope you get it.
Thank you, bro. I'm just somebody who found what I like to do, and I do it as much as possible. So if this becomes as inspiring as it sounds like it has, hopefully someone watching this was thinking about trying something out, or maybe you're already interested in something. Do it more if you can, because I know what it's like to have a full plate and feel like it's hard to squeeze time for you in. But even 10-15 minutes a day, like for my example, 10-15 minutes of freestyling a day is what made me stay consistent over time. So